Super Bowl favorites since February 3rd, 2020, the Chiefs have lived up to the hype of defending Super Bowl champions, carving their way through their schedule and breezing through the AFC Championship game to make their second straight Super Bowl. The historic rise of the Chiefs is in main part due to their offense. But how exactly does it function? And why is it just so damn unstoppable? Where else to start but Patrick Mahomes? Since entering the 2018 season as the Chiefs starter, Mahomes has been on a 3-year run not seen at the quarterback position since the late 90s with Brett Favre. He's the most talented player I've ever seen throw the football, and I would call him the greatest I've ever seen if it wasn't for the man standing in his way. First off, we have to discuss the arm talent, of which Mahomes has no equal. There have been players capable of throwing the ball just as far, and those with the same sniper level accuracy, but nobody else combines these traits while also possessing the ability to completely ignore basic quarterback mechanics. I mean, this play is just ridiculous. On 3rd and short, the Chiefs are going to run a levels concept. Pressure gets through the interior thanks to a great rush by Golston, but instead of scrambling out or this play being dead, Mahomes just continues to back up. By the time he releases the ball, he's a full 12 yards back from under center, backpedaling and drifting left, and still, somehow throws a bullet up and over the linebackers for a huge gain. This is basically uncoverable. Here, pressure gets through to Mahomes at 2 different angles, and if we pause it here, you can see that there's nowhere for him to go. But somehow, he flicks the ball to Kelce while jumping back off 1 foot, drifting to his right. How do you stop this? Mahomes doesn't care if he's getting hit. If the throw's on, he's gonna make it. What really sets apart the elite from the average at the quarterback position is anticipation. Knowing where the hole in the formation is gonna be before it's there, and releasing the ball before the receiver is even out of his break. Down in the red zone, the Chiefs are trying to set up a post-up curl for Kelce. Watkins heads inside, forcing the one-on-one matchup, and the line of Mahomes are gonna sprint left, with Kelce getting into the end zone and then just bodying up his man for position. Great defense, or holding, stops Kelce from getting open, and it seems as if Mahomes has nowhere to go. But watch as he once again drifts back and then throws an incredible touch pass to the back corner to Hardman. Look how early Mahomes has anticipated this coming open. And this is just truly a beautiful throw. And here's another great angle to show how early Mahomes sees things. This doesn't look open to most people, but in the NFL, when you're covered, you're open. And Mahomes rifles one through the gap to Kelce. On top of this, his ability to scramble is almost unparalleled in NFL history. The only player I think that's even in the same conversation as him is Fran Tarkenton. On a long 3rd down against the Saints, the Chiefs are running Tyreek on a deep post to clear out the middle of the field for the double digs. The Saints secondary blankets this, and David Onyemata breaks through the line. Mahomes scrambles out right, avoiding the diving tackle, but is quickly faced with Cameron Jordan. Noticing he doesn't have the angle for the edge, Mahomes slams on the brakes, forcing Jordan to fly by. And Mahomes rifles the ball to Sammy Watkins like he's trying to pick somebody off at first base. The ability to move doesn't just show up when he's scrambling. In fact, Mahomes might even be better sliding and moving around the pocket than when he's out of it. Here, the Bills get a free rush on Mahomes straight at the snap. For most, this is just a dead play, but not for Mahomes, who pump fakes and jukes past him before whipping the ball to his man Travis Kelce. And again against the Bills, the Chiefs are going to fake the toss right and try to move the linebackers, and then find either Hill or Robinson on the crossers. Andrew Wiley fails to set the edge, so another free rusher gets through, and Mahomes once again casually sidesteps the blitzer, keeps his eyes up the whole time, and then rifles one into Hill. When he does decide to tuck it and run, he's elite at that too. When writing the script, I kept wanting to write that he's not a home run threat like Lamar or Watson, but then this play from the Titans playoff game comes to mind, and that sentence is moot. Mahomes is regularly able to defeat blanket coverage by calling his own number, and has an excellent nose for just exactly where the first down marker is. In terms of the mental part of his game, Mahomes' brain has fully caught up with his physical traits, and the league should be scared to death. Sammy Watkins motions across formation, revealing a clear zone coverage, and what looks like to be a cover 3. Mahomes knows Kelce is going to be open on his hitch route if he can keep Levante David away from him. So, he keeps his eyes on the left side of the field before snapping it back to Kelce, throwing a dart into the soft spot in the cover 3. And I showed you that play, so I can show you this one that fooled me on tape. Again, the Chiefs use motion. Motioning Clyde Edwards-Helaire out wide, and with nobody following him and the corners playing off coverage with their hips tilted inside, it again appears to be a cover 3 pre-snap. However, on the snap, the Bucs rotate their safeties, and Levante David drops deep to make it a Tampa 2. Mahomes does a great job reading 31 rotating, and Carlton Davis is staying flat, dropping a beautiful ball in the hole on the sideline to Hill. Elite read and an elite throw. Forcing the ball deep into double coverage to find Tyreek Hill might be exciting fireworks to watch, but it's possible to game plan around. What isn't possible is when someone as talented as Mahomes starts making those veteran checkdowns. Backed up on his own goal line versus New England, Mahomes doesn't try to force one into the Pats cover 3, and he's perfectly aware of how long he has to throw, finding Clyde Edwards-Helaire in the flat for an easy pickup. There is no game plan against hitting the speed out when the defense is in cover 4, apart from just changing the defense. I think this has contributed to people believing the Chiefs have not been at their full strength this year, or that they're just coasting. Hitting the savvy play when there's 8 to 10 to 12 yards freely available to you isn't boring. It's called winning football. Another factor making the Chiefs' offense so unstoppable is the creativity. Andy Reid might be the most creative play caller there is out there, and the Chiefs regularly use misdirection and jet motion to dictate the flow of the defense away from the actual play. Here's a play adapted from college football, bringing Le'Veon Bell in jet motion, but actually flicking the ball to Hill on the push pass, going the opposite way. Great edge blocking and execution. And here's a variation of a play stolen from the 49ers that we covered in our Debo video last Super Bowl. They're going to fake the counter to the running back, pulling Kelce in the left guard. But then Kelce's going to pivot and spin out, actually becoming the lead blocker for Hardman. A combo of great blocking and lightning speed helps flip the field. They're also one of the largest users of RPOs in the league, having defenses scrambling in the wrong direction. Here's a pretty standard RPO against the Bucs. Mahomes is going to be reading 45, and as soon as he even slightly leans towards the run, Mahomes pulls it and fires a strike to Watkins. And here's an RPO option that they love to run. First, motioning Kelce in the stack on the near side, Mahomes is going to run a read option with 31, and with the end crashing down, Mahomes keeps it. But instead of a traditional zone read, Mahomes also has the option to find the curl or Kelce in the flat. This open field philosophy carries over to the red zone, where the Chiefs always have a trick up their sleeve. Here's a play they love that creates confusion. They bring Tyreek Hill in motion to the near side before sending him away on the jet motion, and then act as if they're trying to find their running back in the flat. This actually causes the defense to spread out wide, which they counter by actually finding Kelce on the quick shovel screen. Most of their gadget plays happen in short yardage situations, where making a defense hesitate for just half a second means you already won. 4th and 1, and to create confusion, they orbit motion Tyreek Hill into the running back position behind Mahomes. Seeing Hill as a running back, the defense has to focus on the run, and the Chiefs use this to hit Williams in the flat. Great pick by 13 to free up Williams completely, and it's an easy pitch and catch for Mahomes. And here's a play that looks like a rugby lineout that catches the Saints completely off guard. Lined up in a diamond formation, they quickly pitch the ball to Kelce, who follows the wall for the score. You might also recognize this from Dontari Poe's touchdown a few years back. When it comes to Tyreek Hill, it's cliche, but there's just nobody fast enough to cover him. The Bucs first found this out the hard way when they were torched by him in Week 12. Originally trying to match up Carlton Davis one-on-one with him, Hill made sure that this game was over by halftime. Lined up on a single side, Hill is going to run a double move against the Bucs cover 3. Carlton Davis takes one step towards Hill's dummy break, and that's all the cheetah needs to run straight past him. Mahomes is so confident in Hill's speed, he winds this one up while Davis still has a step on him. A great adjustment by Hill to spin and catch the ball that was slightly outside, and he throws up the peace sign as he crosses the finish line. This time, Tyreek is lined up at the inside slot, and the Bucs have shifted defense, this time playing a cover 1, with Carlton Davis once again tasked with covering Hill. Cheetah runs his patented slice route, which is a go route just angled across the field. Davis can only dive at his legs, and Hill makes light work of the safety before showing off his audition for Tokyo 2021. With teams so scared of getting beat deep, they have to play Hill with a hefty cushion when playing man coverage. This means that Hill is open all day underneath on speed routes and quick hitches. This also proves to be a problem against bail technique cover 4 and often used coverage against the Chiefs. Here, the Bills are playing Tyreek with a large cushion, leaving the speed out wide open. And Hill makes you pay for this, teleporting past Tre'Davious White and then scrambling and juking through the Bills' secondary. Once more against Buffalo, Hill motions across the formation, and the Bills pass over the man coverage with White choosing to give him a cushion again. This time, Hill hits him with a dead stop hitch, and Tre'Davious White's ankles are a thing of the past. With Hill's size and frame, the obvious tactic is to press him, but that is much easier said than done. Tyreek is frequently used on jet and orbit motions, allowing Mahomes to get a read on the defense, while Hill is getting up to full speed before the ball is even snapped. We told you that the Chiefs love to get creative, and how about this for a play? They first bring Robinson on the jet motion, faking the push pass to him, and then appear to be setting up a speed option to the near side. But this is actually a dummy as well, as Mahomes hits Hill on the push pass, the jet motion and pulling guard become his lead blockers. Great acting on the backside by Kelce as if nothing's coming his way, and of course Hill has the speed to beat anyone to the edge, rounding the corner for the touchdown. And even more creative, Hill starts off at the back of the conga line, first motioning left, then back right, then back left, helping to sell the boot action. A great throw by Mahomes and another strong adjustment from Hill, pulling in the ball from behind him. Not only do the Chiefs have the best quarterback and the best deep threat in the league, they also possess the best big-bodied receiver in the NFL. Kelce is essentially a giant possession receiver who feasts on the intermediate game, as well as being a terrific run after the catch threat. Putting a linebacker on Kelce is a recipe for disaster, as he is just too damn fast for them. Lined up in the slot at the top of your screen, Kelce is going to be running an out versus Levante David. He uses the hop release off the line to disguise the route, shuffle his feet to make David hesitate, and then quickly breaks outside away from the defender. And a simple throw moves the chains for the Chiefs. Here, the Bills go with the best corner, covering Kelce with Tre'Davious White. Kelce is far too large though, shoving him off and then using his wheels to gain separation. So if you can't cover him with a linebacker or a corner, why not a safety? Well, this is why. Lined up in line, this time, Kelce is matched up with Malcolm Jenkins. Kelce fires out straight at him, tosses him aside like a ragdoll, before making a nice cut on the deep out, and once again, moving the chains. If you want any chance of covering Kelce, you must bump him at the line, and you must occupy him with 2 defenders. Matching up in a single coverage is a recipe for disaster. Reid loves to use him on the single side of a 3x1 formation, and this regularly gets him matchups to exploit. Kelce is lined up at the top of your screen on the single side, and although the Falcons are going to roll into a disguise cover 4, the 3x1 single side alignment allows the Chiefs to get Kelce matched up one-on-one with the corner. Too big and too fast, Kelce picks up 15. And once again, the single side alignment gets him matched up solo against the cover 4. Great cut at the top of his route to make 23 hesitate, and 87 gets open once again on the intermediate route. Another skill, and something that really sets him apart from a lot of players in the NFL, is his ability to find the soft spot in the zone on scramble drills. Kelce is one of the very best players in the league at doing this. Here, the Chiefs are trying to run Tyreek on a post and then bring Kelce on the deep out into the vacated space. But the Bills do a great job to pass off the coverage, and Mahomes is forced to scramble out right. Noticing the broken play, watch as Kelce works back to the ball, spots the underneath defender working to the boundary to cut off the throw, so puts on the brakes, working back inside, and making himself an available outlet for Mahomes. And once again, nothing open early for Mahomes against the cover 3. And with pressure forcing him to leave the pocket, Kelce again works back to the middle of the field, making himself big for the possession reception. As previously mentioned, he is also excellent as a run after the catch threat, being able to both bulldoze through the defense, then also outrun them when they take a bad angle. You see bad angles taken on Kelce a lot, and I think that's despite being in the league for so many years, people just aren't used to seeing someone that big move that fast. And this all brings us to the question, how do you stop all of this? How do you stop Mahomes? How do you stop Hill? And how do you stop Kelce? Well, last year when we covered Mahomes, I said I really don't know of a way to beat him. And that pretty much remains true. Mahomes has every elite tool you could want. And when you finally do get pressure on him, he sidesteps the rush and throws a dime. However, if forced to come up with defense, it would look something like this. Let's jump to the whiteboard. So here we're going to look at a basic 3x1 set the Chiefs use. Obviously, it's a lot more complicated than this, but this is just an easy example. First off is Travis Kelce. And this is where I think you have to give the most attention. I would have somebody who's rushing bump his path when he's in line, as well as doubling him in bracket coverage with a linebacker and a safety. Denying Mahomes his possession receiver and first option on the scramble drill is the only way I can see to start to slow him down. Secondly, you've got to double Tyreek Hill. You've got to have a corner up close for the short routes and the speed outs, and you must have safety help over the top of him, preferably with inside leverage to stop those deep crossers and slice route that he loves so much. You can't just rush 3 against Mahomes. Giving the best play extender in NFL history one less person to maneuver is a recipe for a disaster. So we've got to send at least 3 more. And that means you have to play single coverage on the Chiefs' next 3 options. Most likely Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Mecole Hardman, and Sammy Watkins. And just pray none of those guys beat you. If you want to mix up your coverage, I think you just have to throw everything at them. Cover 0, cover 11, cross dummy blitz, and all disguise roll zones you can teach in 2 weeks. And the truth is, it probably won't matter. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to hit the subscribe button for upcoming breakdowns. We have lots of draft content coming your way.